1 year ago, I deleted the TikTok app from my phone. Hi, Jenni here, and I wanted to talk about my thoughts on social media as someone who has been online well over 10 years, my experiences on different apps, how I'm trying to be more present and have some social media free days. I have watched plenty of videos where people talk about deleting social media completely and how much better their lives have gotten, so I thought this would kind of be my own take as someone who hasn't totally given up on social media but has lessened it quite a bit. So yes, 1 year ago I deleted TikTok off of my phone. I mean, in this day and age, come on, I am proud of myself for not caving in and going back on that app. I was so frustrated with myself for losing so many minutes and hours on TikTok of my life. One of the main reasons I kept telling myself that it's okay to have TikTok and I should keep it was that I can get valuable information there where I can't, things I can't learn elsewhere. But I kind of realized that that's not true. For example, when it comes to Palestine, a lot of people discovered Palestinian fight for freedom on TikTok. I've been in the know for the past 10 years. So I didn't need TikTok to gather information about Palestine when I have so many other social media apps where I can follow Palestinians and learn about the struggle and the genocide still happening in Gaza. For example, I follow Bizan, Motas, Mohammed El Kurd, Noura Erakat to learn about what's going on in Palestine, both Gaza and in the West Bank. I also follow news outlets that focus on Palestinian news, for example, Al Jazeera. But even more so, I've tried to widen where I get my news. I do read local newspapers, but I've also started a subscription for a leftist magazine. So my main reason for keeping TikTok for as long as I did was to get information. But that information is available elsewhere as well. Do I get FOMO for missing things on the app or some stories that went viral on the app? Sure. But I don't think that's good enough reason for me to get back to TikTok. And additionally, it really seems like TikTok has just become a place for advertisements. Just as elsewhere online, but especially on TikTok. Every other TikTok is like an advertisement for some company or a TikTok shop thing or a sponsorship or some kind of advertisement, and I'm just so tired of being constantly advertised to as well. So I think one notable impact of me leaving TikTok is that I've gotten some of my attention span back. Now it's not completely back, obviously. I'm Gen Z, my attention span is fucked. But for example, I've read 50 books, over 50 books this year. Like, I have never been able to do that, and I feel like if I still had TikTok, taking away hours from my day, I wouldn't have read such many books. Now, of course, during the springtime, I had a lot of time to read. Now, why was that? I was unemployed. I broke my rib. So I didn't have much else to do. But still, I'm sure that not having TikTok helped me to get back to reading and reading faster than before. Of course, I've still watched reels on Instagram and shorts on YouTube, but I don't get as addicted to those as on TikTok. I don't know if it's the quality of the short form videos, if it's the algorithm, but I usually just get tired of those as well. I noticed during the springtime when I was unemployed and had my broken rib, I especially noticed just how much time I spent on my phone. So during the summer, I started a social media break, especially focusing on Instagram and Twitter. And I would allow myself only use those apps twice a week. And it was amazing for my mental health, really, because I was still using it twice a week, so I was still in the know what was happening around the world. And of course, I checked the news. But what I noticed on those days, I was not on social media apps, Twitter and Instagram. I was much more present. I was pleasant. I was just calm. I wasn't constantly angry. And then on those days that I did use social media, I was very irritated. I got angry very easily. Even my partner Joel noticed that on the days that I was on social media, I was more irritated. But on the days that I wasn't on social media, I was calm. As of right now, I have pretty much left Twitter. I still have my Jenskosmos account there just to have my handle saved, but I don't really go there anymore. It has become such a cesspool of misinformation, of rage baiting, of engagement farming, of spreading misinformation. Elon Musk destroyed the app, and it's so unfortunate because Twitter used to be the go-to place where I learned about the news that weren't covered in my country, Finland. And now that has been completely ruined. So get off Twitter. It's rotting your brain cells. As for Instagram, I keep social media off days on Sundays when I don't go on social media, so Instagram mostly. And those are really good for me. I feel refreshed after Sundays. But I feel like I can control how much I'm on Instagram a bit better compared to TikTok and Twitter. And I'm mainly on Bookstagram nowadays. My handle there is Jenskosmos if you wanna follow that. I love seeing posts about books that people have read, wish to read, and so on. I do compare myself a little to others, meaning that I compare how much other people have read and feel inferior. And I also kind of don't care for all the advertisement on Bookstagram as well too. But overall, I've had a much more pleasant experience on Bookstagram and Instagram overall these past months. I guess the message of this video overall, and a message that I keep trying to tell myself, is be human, be present. Your life is here, not here. And I know that's so cliche and so annoying, and I forgive for that, but it is true. Of course, if social media is a way for you to get your message out, your main place for activism, of course I understand wanting to be on social media a lot. But I would suggest trying to find some local organizations that you can participate in as well. I don't think it has to be the all or nothing with social media, because it is part of our daily lives, whether we like it or not. For me, having Sundays off of social media completely, it is a great way to kind of remind myself who I am really and what matters actually. And I usually get a lot of reading done on Sundays. I spend quality time with my partner Joel and family and friends. That's why having Sundays off is something I really try to hold on to. Maybe in the future I will try to do more days off of social media as well. Okay, what are your thoughts on social media? Are you using it too much? Do you feel like maybe you should give it up completely? Have you given up social media completely? How was that experience? Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope I see you in the next one. Bye!